Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning to LA. How are ya? It's Saturday morning, which means it's Sunday Fun Day. That's Fun Day, not Sunday. Sunday like ice cream, $12 ice cream? No. I'm here, you're here, and it's a continuing resolution bill that is due December 11th. Gonna have a stimulus check in it. Oh, that's the breaking news overnight. Oh boy. A lot of big developments, and Janet Yellen's introduced on Monday, new Treasury Secretary. What's she going to do with Nancy? Take her to get her hair done? I could have skipped that one. And also, what is going on with Wall Street stimulus and those Black Friday numbers? Cyber Monday is this Monday, and what will Wall Street say about that? And what is Mitch McConnell doing with all this? And how am I getting viewers more money? And how much money did I get them overnight? All those developments. I'm so glad you joined me on this edition of Sunday Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning to LA. How are you? Did you crush the Saturday? It's time to crush the Sunday. And I'm here, you're here, and the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and thank you for joining me on a Sunday, which is just one of those days of the week. It just happens to be the 7th day of the week. Under Larry Kudlow's calculator, it's the 9th day of the week. If you've not subscribed, please do. Because we're getting people money not 5 days from now, not 5 years from now, and not 5 calculators from now. But literally right now, viewers overnight revealed additionally that they got money in evenings at LA when it went live last night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right away, someone dropped in the comments, "I'm from Oregon and got rent because of you, LA. Thank you so much." Of course, there was always someone that jumped in the comments and, "How did you get it? I didn't get it." It's just the same old thing. But now this channel has no less than, I think it's 8 or 9 volunteers, and so we're all here to help each other. So please subscribe, because no one's trying to get you free rent, and I don't mean $100. I mean $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, $20,000 one viewer got. Money for rent, money for utilities, free money that's actually yours, that was given to the states from CARES Act 1 from the federal government, and you need to get it because it's going to go away in a few weeks. Also, like this video. So much coming up today, and what's going on right now is an instant premiere. Oh boy, over there is an instant premiere. They're chatting right now about what Janet's going to be saying with Nancy's hairstyle. Is that the first thing they're going to be doing? Okay, so we got to fix the economy, and then we got to fix your hairstyle. Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, coming in, who's an economist, is no nonsense. But, you know, maybe she'll fix some other things while she's out there. So as an instant premiere, you can chat with your Power buddies if you need help with grants. There's always someone in there that's willing to help you as well. Find them. And also, if you're part of this community, go to the community page, which is youtube.com/LALATE/community, and you can see the helpers as well there. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here this morning, this early morning Sunday, is that Wall Street is now looking at that CR, and I don't mean CRV, Honda, or the pilot. I'm referring to the CR, the continuing resolution, which is the federal budget bill that has to be done every couple months. And it's a budget bill that determines how they're going to run the federal government like it's run so well. And the bill has to be done by December 11th. Well, new article says that the CR will have in it from the GOP stimulus. And that stimulus will be a way for the GOP to get what they want. Really interesting. And viewers reacted shockingly to the shocking news, because suddenly it's Mitch McConnell's freeway or the back roads. Mitch McConnell, according to the article, will put in there a stimulus check, an extension of FPUC at $200-something a week. Yeah. Yeah, take that, Nancy. FPUC retroactive to September, an extension of PUA, an extension of UI, and some liability insurance, some PPP, some student loan forgiveness, student loan repayment moratorium, rent eviction moratorium, and mortgage forbearance, and get that done and say to Pelosi, here, take it or I'm shutting down the government. And how are you doing today? Really, if that article is true, that is some sick negotiation skills, because that would basically say, hey, you know what? You want to have an inauguration? Well, the government will be shut down. You want to do a transfer of power? Well, the government will be shut down. And I'm giving you exactly the best offer I can, because no one's doing $600 a week ever. And the article says that, you know what? This is better than nothing. And the comments from viewers overnight were, you know what? You really left us in a bad situation, Nancy, but this is still better than nothing. Nancy Pelosi turned down Steve Mnuchin's offer of $400 a week for FPUC in July. And because of that, Nancy Pelosi cost millions and millions of Americans $8,000 in their pockets, because it's been July, August, September, October, November, December. It's been 6 months. It's 6 months, 24 weeks, 20 weeks times $400, that's $8,000. She's cost millions of Americans $8,000. And then Steve Mnuchin offered upwards about $2,000 as a stimulus check in his last round of negotiations, because he was at $1,200. And then Mark Meadows said he had gone higher per the urging of the president. So it's about $2,000. So 2 plus 8, she's cost people $10,000. So this new report says that Mitch McConnell's really going to play into that and say, hey, you know what? I'm extending your UI so it won't expire. I'm extending your PUA so it won't expire. I'm giving you some FPUC, and I'm going to give it to you retroactively. So you're going to get a nice lump sum check, which, you know, a nice check of September, October, November, December. That's 4 months. That's for 16 weeks. At $200 a week, well, you know, that's about $3,000. $3,000 versus zero is, you know, $3,000. And ultimately, that may work. That's what Wall Street's saying. Now, this does not mean that this is the only stimulus you're going to get. And it also doesn't mean we have to wait till December 11th to get this. Most of these CRs are done weeks in advance. That's the first thing. Second, it's important to understand that I expect the Democrats to play this narrative of stimulus is not in a conditional resolution. It's not in a CR. Yeah, it is, because last time you put it in there. If you don't recall, the reason why sirloin exists is because the farmers and the cows got a stimulus in the last CR. That was the only person or group, entity that got stimulus in the last CR. It's as though we would sit back here today and talk about the next CR in December 11th, and it's just a basic continuing resolution, but slowly slides in there the airlines. That would be an example of what the cows did last time. They just sort of slowly slid in there, and suddenly they're in the CR, and they got stimulus. They got stimulus from something that was not a stimulus package, not a stimulus bill. A CR is a bill, by the way. I don't know if I explained that yesterday. A CR is a bill. It has to pass the House. It has to pass the Senate. And that ultimately the Senate may pass it first, and says the House will say, here you go. If you don't recall, and I don't think I detailed this last night either, is that the CR last time started one place and then went somewhere else. And this is just about 2 months ago. This is not a very long time ago, 3 months ago. And then by the time Nancy saw it, she thought the language had been changed. She's always with the language. And she didn't like it. And Mitch had the same problem as well. When he saw his version, he didn't like the language. So the other big news overnight is that Janet Yellen is coming on Monday and expected to be announced as the new Treasury Secretary. And she's not expected to take anything from anyone, and expected to really change the microscope of the negotiations for purposes of the Democrats, because it has not been focused on stimulus and economic issues. She's an economist, a very senior, well-respected economist. And then ultimately if you tell an economist, oh, why is there no economic stimulus in the economy? Because I've been battling over the verbs and the adverbs and the adjectives that Steve Mnuchin put in his bill for 3 months. Excuse me? You did what? His adverbs and his adjectives would really put us in a bad situation. The phrasing of his sentences are not really good sentences. I'm an economist. Get the stimulus out and get the money in the economy. What are you talking about? And I think that's really exactly what's going to happen. Because economists don't do that type of stuff. They deal with numbers like you and I, 10, 12, 14. They don't deal with the adverb of the testing and tracing language. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Nancy Pelosi held up the stimulus negotiations, either because she didn't want Donald Trump as president and or because she also said, I didn't like Steve Mnuchin's language in the testing and tracing section, and the verbs and the adverbs were just all wrong. I'm not making this up. She actually said this. And so, it never got passed because of the language. And that is just going to potentially stop on Monday. Thank goodness. Now, the other big news is that the viewers of this channel continue to get big grants. And let me get to it. In this video, I'm going to go over the CARES Act 1 and the escalated. And the video after this, at the 6:30 mark, I'm going to go over CARES Act 1 again a little bit more, and then EIDL. First, let me go over CARES Act 1 right now. It's important to understand that this money is not going to be around forever, that this money is being held in your cities, counties, and states, and your utility companies. I got to say, the biggest success has been utilities. Viewers have just, whenever they reach out to the utility companies, they've really taken good care of them. The heating oil companies especially. Viewers are just getting this. And I don't know why, and I say this with tough love, I don't know why I'm getting people saying, can you help me find the grant? Do you not know who your heating company is? Do you not know who does your electric bill? Call them up on the phone. You get the bill in the mail. Call them up. I don't know who does your electric bill. There's 5,000 electric companies across the country, and utility and gas and water. Call them up. The longer you wait, the worse situation it is. Next, a city, county, and state. Go on their city, go on their county, go on their state housing authority websites. Please go on their websites. Earlier over the last, I think I started this, not this last Thursday, but the Thursday before this. So we're about day 9 of this. And the first few days I said, Broward County in Florida, right on their website for the county. Rent grant, come and get it. I think a few days ago, someone said it's gone. This week, San Diego never had rent grants. Then San Diego went live with rent grants. So these things are coming in and coming out and coming in, coming out. I want you to go get them right away. This is not something you sit around and don't do. So go to youtube.com/LALATE/community all together. And on there, I post throughout the day the volunteers. The post will say something like volunteers. That'll be the keyword. Open the post and you'll see them. There'll be about 8 volunteers that are there to help you if you've looked and cannot find the stuff. What's important to understand when we're talking about CARES Act 1, it starts with rent, usually 1, 3, 6, or 12 months of rent. Then it goes to utilities, and then it goes to food. As we go down, it gets easier. Rent utilities is very easy to get, and food is very easy to get. Rent is the hardest one to find, but once you find it, you get it. And people get a lot of money, $14,000, $20,000. I've had a lot of those, not just sporadic ones, a lot of them. Next, escalated benefits. Escalated benefits you got to get on file because, the holidays are coming around. This is the unemployment departments of your state that are paying your unemployment assistance, and they're going to, have less hours in a few days. So you really want to get these things on. And I haven't said this yet, and I really should say this right now. In some states, lockdowns are really expanding. As lockdowns expand, state departments have less people in the office or working remotely. And as less people around, things get processed slower and you can get less of the people on the phone. So do escalated benefits now. Don't wait. Pull the 2019 tax return, look for it. And with that 2019 tax return, send it off with a cover letter that says, hi, I'm currently being paid $150 a week. I made $31,000 last year. Here's my 2019 tax return. It says $31,000. Please see if I qualify for extra or additional weekly benefits. Thank you so much. Amen. Very simple. Additional, extra, simple. Send it off. Get it to them in the fastest means possible, whether it's email or in their portal, and then call them up. And then call them up again. And then call them up again. And don't stop calling them up until you see that it's been approved. It will be retroactive. And if you made over 30,000, you'll get about, and you've been unemployed since February perhaps, that's 30 weeks. You'll raise it about $200 to $300 a week. That'll be $9,000 in your account. Bam. If you made over 25,000, about $100 more in your account. Bam, that's $3,000. And then finally, if you raise it about $50 a week because you made 18,000 to 25,000, that'll be about $1,500 in your account. Bam. So much, and so much to look forward to. Thank you for the really nice comments. Saturday had some really kind comments. Ultimately, what's important to understand is that this is a community that ultimately if anyone talks to you in a disrespectful way, send me a message. Also, if there's someone that's using this platform to jump in and sell you something that's improper, you should not be responding to it like crypto. There's always a crypto schemer jumping in somewhere, so certainly ignore that. Coming up next at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the continuation of this video at the bottom of the hour, so join me with that as well. And then join me at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Mornings at LALATE. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay at LALATE for more.